Hi, today we're going to talk about something that's another liminal point. And again, the liminal points are really a way that Dave Gray determined to deconstruct your beliefs about something. So, your beliefs are founded on a foundation of your experiences, and then what you experience, you filter through what's relevant to you, and then through those relevant experiences, you make assumptions or you notice things, you form theories, and you draw conclusions. And those conclusions result in things that you believe and things that you just know to be true. And when you know something to be true, you often create this self-sealing bubble around it, meaning that things that come in that may not sync with it, you don't even necessarily consciously think about. They might unconsciously just simply be rejected. So today we're going to talk about, a small but really important thing about why people drink, and it's the liminal point to kind of dispel this myth. And it's I drink to have better sex. And, we've heard it, we've said it, I've said it, you've probably said it, and, the fact is that by lowering our inhibitions, we imagine that we are performing better, perhaps, or that we're doing things and we're having more fun in the bedroom. We might have a better chance of getting into the bedroom if our inhibitions are obliterated, but probably not of actually having better sex. And to be honest, probably not in a way that we might always feel good about later. So, I think that drinking, it affects your brain, and we've talked a lot about that, and you can view some of the other YouTube videos, the series of how drinking really does affect your brain, what it does, get, under the skin of how things happen with alcohol and with the brain. But it also affects things below the belt. And, men who are dependent on alcohol, they actually have a 60 to 70% higher chance of suffering from an alcohol-related sexual dysfunction. That's shocking. And, I think that it's, yes, maybe your desire to have more sex is there because your inhibitions are lowered, but the actual sex, let's just get it clear, it's not better because men have a harder time keeping it up. Women, what alcohol really does is it deadens our senses. That's what it does. That's what it does in our brain, is it takes away our ability to feel, to taste, to hear, to see. It slows down our brain function so that our senses don't relay information to our brain for us to experience in the same way. And that's what medically, neurologically, physically, alcohol does to you. So if you take that in the context of sex, sex is all about your senses. All about your senses. And every one of your senses, hopefully, your sense of taste, your sense even of smell, your sense of touch, your sense of hearing, all of these things contribute to a sexual experience that's hopefully good and great and euphoric. And alcohol kind of undermines all of those things. So I guess drinking to have better sex, just logically, it just doesn't stack up. So anyway, stay tuned. And then, of course, you can read my book if you want a download of all the liminal points at once. And that's This Naked Mind, Alcohol Exposed. And have a great day. Thanks.